Go ahead.
I'm dreadfully nervous, but why will you say that I am mad? Observe how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how the idea first entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. I loved the poor man. He had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold, I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. So I made up my mind to take the life of the poor man and thus rid myself of the eye forever. But this is the point. You fancy me mad? Madmen know nothing. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. I was never kinder to the poor man's face than during the week before I killed him, and every night, I slowly turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh so gently. But every night I found the eye closed, and so it was impossible to do the work, for it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. Upon the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious in opening the door. Before that night, I'd never felt the extent of my own powers. To think, there I was, opening the door little by little, and he not even dream of my deeds or thoughts. I fairly chuckled at the idea, and perhaps he heard me. The old man sprang up in the bed, crying out, "Who's there?" I kept quite still and said nothing. When I had waited a long time, without hearing him lie down, I opened my fingers low, until a single dim ray shot from out the crevice and fell full upon the vulture eye. I grew furious as I gazed upon it. I saw it with perfect distinctness, all a dull blue, with a hideous veil over it that chilled my very marrow in my bones. Now there came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound, such as a watch makes when enveloped in kind. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury. He was stone dead. His eye would trouble me no more. If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took in the concealment for the body. First of all, I had taken up the flooring of the chamber and deposited the poor man between the scantlings. I then replaced the flooring so well, no human eye could have ever detected anything wrong. There's nothing to wash out, no blood spot. I had been too wary for that. I went down to open it with a light heart, for what had I now to fear? There entered 2 men who introduced themselves as officers of the police. A shriek had been heard by a neighbor during the night. The shriek, I said, was my own in a dream. The old man I mentioned was absent in the country. I took my visitors all over the house. I bade them search well. I led them to his chamber. I showed them his treasures secure, undisturbed. I, myself, in the wild audacity of my perfect triumph, placed my own seat upon the very spot beneath which reposed the corpse of the victim. The officers were satisfied. My manner had convinced them. I was singularly at ease, but ere long, I found myself getting pale, and I wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears, but still they sat and chatted. I found that the noise was not within my ears. Why would they not be gone? Villains, I shrieked. I admit the deed. Tear up the floor. Here, here. It is the beating of his hideous heart.